Hello, everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
We are back. We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta go out and hold up.
Come on. The lion. The lion. New man so funny. Kirk Cousins.
All right. I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
And this is Let's Talk Football. Yo! Get in here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. You already know what time it is. It's time for Let's Talk Football, baby. Let's do it.
Yay!
Hey, I'm excited to see that guy right there. I'm excited to see that guy.
You see who it is over there.
That guy.
Watch yourself.
Man.
Watch. Don't start wrong now. Don't start wrong. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That's all I'm gonna say.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Get in here, please. We need y'all to tune in. It's going to be a fantastic show. Let me get on here and share this to people because it's going down.
Absolutely.
It is going down with my boy, man.
Y'all gonna want to see this.
Boy.
We got some stuff to talk about today.
You're definitely gonna want to tune in today because it is
is right. All right.
That's okay. Let's go. We're gonna get this thing cracking. Hey, get in here, ladies and gentlemen. We are excited. I need y'all to tune in because we got a heck of a show for y'all today.
Let's get it.
Yeah. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it.
I was about to say, because we know you got a lot to explain. I'm not the only one. Okay.
We gonna get into the show, Sean.
I'm not the only one. That's all I'm gonna say.
Can't we? Oh no, you are the only one.
No. Oh, what? Oh no. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
You're not by yourself. But we will discuss all that. What's up?
When we look at the standings, all I'm saying is we're on the same page. So let's get it.
Here we go. Let's get this thing, Sean. Hey, I am Janae.
Let's do it. I'm Sean Spencer.
And this is Let's Talk Football.
Yay!
The greatest show in Northern Virginia. If you haven't heard, now you know that you have seen the greatness in Let's Talk Football. We are excited because we got a fantastic show for y'all today. We have been waiting, but we got to get on to a good note. Before we start the show, I would just like to shout out my boy, Sean Spencer. He is turning a beautiful age tomorrow, the big 4-0. I need y'all to do y'all best in shouting out my guy right now, telling him happy
Let's
birthday.
go.
It's going down tomorrow.
Let's go.
My boy, man. It's a beautiful thing, Sean, just to turn another age. Man, you're aging with grace, man. I can't even tell you're going to be 40 years old. You look so good. You're out there. You're still active. You're still getting it in. Shout out to you, my man.
I appreciate that. It makes me feel good. Shout out to all y'all in the birthday love. It's beautiful. But I will say this, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody asked me, and it was probably a little premature. They said, you're 40, man. Has anything gone yet? Your vision, your stream, your limbs, anything? You good? And I was like, man, I'm good, man. I'm 40. I'm flowing. I'm walking. I'm grooving. Janae, I walked outside the bar, missed the step, and the back said, you're 40. Welcome. Bow! Dropped to the floor. Dropped outside. I had people walking by me, and I know they were like, oh, is he drunk? No. My back went out, ladies and gentlemen. My back went out. 40 welcomed me that way. Good
Wow. Well, you know what? Everybody has their falls. It just so happened that you're having your fall right now, celebrating your birthday. But you know what? We hope that you feel better because you got some partying to do tonight, my brother. You have some partying to do tonight to bring it on.
Oh, yeah. You already know that. We getting it in for sure.
Let's go. So
get
we
it.
cannot labor this situation, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot labor it. You have to talk about the first segment we have this week is overreaction.
Wait. Before we do that, let's go into the games tonight. Let's go into the games tonight. Let's talk about that. I'm trying to hold it because I
want to hold on for you. I want to hold on for you.
Hey, since it's my birthday, I don't necessarily think we need to be talking about things just so quickly. That's all I'm saying to you today. I think we just need to hold off on the 3 points that we scored yesterday, all right?
Let's go ahead and call this doubleheader, man. We got the Eagles versus the Bucs, who are playing right this second. The score is 0-0, and it's looking like it's a game, Sean. Right now, it's in the first quarter, 3 minutes left. 0-0. Who are you picking for this game, Sean?
Yo, I gotta go with all of the Bucs fans that we have, and no, this is not because the Eagles are in our division, and I don't want them to win. I just think, hey, Mike Evans, I think he can ball out. Obviously, it's 0-0 now, but that defense for Tampa Bay, Mike Evans on offense, if Baker can get him the ball a couple times and maybe they can get a running game, I got Bucs 27-24, man. That's where I'm at.
Oh,
yeah.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. He's going for the Bucs against the Eagles.
Let's go, Tampa.
I'm going to go with the Bucs as well. I just feel like the way Mike Evans is connecting with his boy. Oh, and you know, Sean has a thing for this guy, Baker Mayfield. But the way they are connecting, it is a connection. Nobody can deny that it's a connection.
Right.
I'm actually going to call it a close game. I think it's going to be 21-17. But I actually think it's going to be a close game. But I do think that the Bucs are going to pull it off. And I'm probably biased because I do not like the Eagles. But who cares what I say? Love you too, Johnny. Hey, so we got another game that is today. We got the Rams versus the Bengals, and it seems like Joe Burrow will play in the game. What do you think, Sean Spencer?
First and foremost, let me just say, I don't think that's a smart move, Joe. Come on, buddy. Your first two games
he was just limping. He was just hurt, like bad after the last game.
I just don't. You have a long season. That's what I'm saying. So right now in the Super Bowl rematch, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go Rams. They've been playing decent this year. Matt Stafford is back. I know they don't got Cooper, but I think this is gonna do something that's gonna help to boost them this year. I'm gonna go 20-16 Rams. I just don't think Burrow, I think he's going to struggle today. If Mixon, I got Mixon on my fantasy team, so I'm hoping Mixon plays well. But yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. What you think?
I can dig it, man. I actually think that you are 100% right. I think that Aaron Donald's going to have a field day with the fact that Joe Burrow is hurt. I think, I'm hoping and praying. I do not want him to get hurt. I think that, Burrow is great, but I just don't think as of this moment, from looking at him last week of him limping out off the field, do not think that he is 100%. And so I am calling it for the Rams as well. I do think it's going to be a close game. I think I hate to do this to them, but I think it's probably going to be 13-21. So I don't think that they're going to be able to actually do it. So,
oh yeah, Eagles got the field goal 3-0 for the Eagles right now.
Ooh, 3-0. So it's making it a game.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we'll see.
So now, Sean, the wait is over. The wait is over. Overreaction Monday is here. Overreaction Monday is when we can all look at what happened this weekend and look at these things that have transpired and say whether it was an overreaction or not. Is this just a fluke or is this a legit situation? So I know Sean has put some craziness up first because that's just how he does. Since
it's my birthday, okay, we will start with my gift. The gift that I was given yesterday. Because we're going to talk about the demise. We're going to talk about my team. But see, there was another team. There was another team that came out and said, somebody said last week that this team's going to be undefeated. And they couldn't even beat the lowly Cardinals. 0-2 Cardinals upset the 2-0 Cowboys 28-16. And look, listen, Denny, Denny Green, my guy, I think that we need to tell everybody how we feel about the Cowboys.
Theatrics.
How do we feel? No, it's not the. Well, you know what? See that? Maybe Denny Green knew. I don't have the clip on me right now, but I'm gonna find it.
Yes.
I'm gonna find it.
Yes.
But
Thank you guys.
I do have one clip because some of our dear friends were at this game. David Wright, Ash Swinton, and our guy Chris were all at this game, and as you can see, Janae, the Cowboys fans don't look too happy in the picture. Janae, what's going on?
You know what? I'm tagging them at this moment because they need to know that you're on the show. But you know what? Shout out to Ash. Shout out to David for actually enduring that sloppy mess. Man, when I tell you, the game pissed me off from the beginning to the end. We were able to get it down the field, but it seems like we're having a red zone problem. Something that we really didn't have with Kellen Moore, and I'm giving him a shout out to this week that we didn't have a red zone problem last year.
Right.
So the fact that we're having such huge problem when we're getting down the field, oh man, it was just bad all around. Our defense, they literally looked depleted without Diggs, and I don't know whether, I don't know, it was like a morale, a morale thing, couldn't get it going, you're sad that your guy's out. It was just wide open holes. Wide open holes. They had enough room to run and expose. It just did not look good.
Well, and I think that's my question. Is the team just in shock because Diggs wasn't there? Or, I don't understand. Because, look, we all at the beginning of the season said the Cardinals are the worst team in the league. They're going to be the number one pick this year. And they haven't they've been trying to show. We saw what they did against
trying to win
the Giants and us. But what was it? But, you mentioned Kellen Moore. I saw a bunch of passes and interceptions and incomplete passes in the red zone. This is where you miss Zeke. You need that big bowling ball to get those short yards.
Or you use what we have. It seemed like Dowdle was able to push the ball down the field. Dowdle was doing it. Tony Pollard had stops and a bunch of stops. I just felt like when you had Dowdle in, he was able to do some things, shake some things up, get some yards that we needed. It just was bad. At the very end of the game, got a freaking interception. He got his first one.
That was beautiful.
It could not have ended. If we didn't end with an interception, I'd probably be 10% better than what I am now. But the interception at the end just put the dagger in it, especially because we needed it. And we didn't go, Mike McCarthy made some decisions I don't really know about going forward on the fourth down and not taking the field goal. It kind of made me mad. We would have been at least within a touchdown in the game with the field goals. I don't understand why we didn't do it, especially since we haven't been able to capitalize on the red zone. But shout out to the Cardinals. They were able to do something that they've been doing. They've been competing. They were just able to get it over the hump. Maybe it was a fluke game for the Cowboys. I'm hoping that they get it together because it is week 3. It's week 3. Right. Not much tape on this guy, Dobbs. He took it to us last year. This is something that, we should have came in ready. They overloaded the daggone Cowboys, and we just did not look at it.
They overlooked them.
Look at them like they were going to be. Yeah, exactly. So I feel like, this is a humble punch in the mouth. You need them. But I will admit, we sucked. We were not what our standard is. I just will admit that. And as it is what it is, Sean. I know you want to start with us first. So
absolutely. Absolutely.
Y'all are fine. You could be my trash fire of the come on. Yeah. We'll get on to that.
I did find it. Denny did want to make an appearance.
Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
And we let him off the hook.
That's beautiful.
Hey, you know what?
Beautiful.
It happened. I can't even make a justification. I can't make any excuses. It happened. I'm not going to mention we had some injuries. It just doesn't matter. Next man up. We should have won. We didn't.
It's just so weird, Janae. It's like we beat them. The Giants beat them. But then you guys beat the Giants. And then you lose to the Cardinals. It didn't make it make sense, Janae. Make it make sense.
Did we just beat the Giants?
Did
that
we
what we're
just beat
calling
the
that?
Cardinals? I'm just saying. Look.
No. Winning and beating, I feel, are two different terms. I feel like
Okay,
they're
well,
two different things.
Well, let me ask you this question.
Okay, go ahead.
Maybe that team that was undefeated. I mean, they just did play the two New York teams, so maybe they weren't as good as we thought they were. I'm just throwing that out there, Janae. You don't have to answer that now. I'm just throwing it out there.
All right, well, you two have to play New York teams. You two have to see them. So we'll worry about
we're
that
ready.
when you have to play New York.
Yes.
Don't worry about that. But Sean,
Yes.
we have another Overreaction Monday. And what else do we have on the list today?
Okay. Last week, ladies and gentlemen, a little premature for my birthday. After another amazing comeback, I did make a statement. Seems kind of outlandish right now, that said that Sam Howell for MVP. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on this show, I am able to correct myself. So I had to redo that. Sam Howell for MVP, not so fast. We scored 3 points. Sam Howell had more interceptions than the amount of points that we scored in this game. But you know what? I will still rock the 1 and the 4. Actually, I'm going to hide the 4 because that's how many interceptions. So the 1, he's number 1 in my heart. That's all I want to say because I don't know what to say about that damn game. It's the ugliest.
Sean. Now that the tables have reversed and now we're on your team and we're going to talk about
my goodness.
A game. I mean, no points. As a matter of fact, I think they pulled their starters out you can score a field goal. How does it feel to be basically skunked?
Goodness.
Your boy, I know you've been telling me, Sam Howell. He was giving them the ball. The last one where he literally just threw it directly to him. It was kind of supposed to be a lob over, but directly into his hands. I just want to know, where were you at that moment and what were you thinking?
Listen. See, sometimes for people's birthdays, God understands what you need, okay? And he knew that I wasn't going to be able to handle that. So thankfully, the Twins thought it right to take me to a Cubs game at noon that happened to last through the whole first half. I don't know, maybe they had the foresight to see that we were going to get destroyed in this game, but I actually did not see any of the game until after the fact, when a Bills fan walked up to me and I was like, hey, what's the score? I'm a Washington fan. And he patted me on the shoulder and he said, I'm sorry, buddy, 37-3. And I said, okay. I said, I'm sorry. He said, are you from here? I said, no, I traveled to Chicago for my birthday and I was really excited about this game. And he was like, oh, it's your birthday? Well, you got 3 points. And they walked off. So I don't know what to tell you, Janae. I can't even be mad about it. I can't. But listen, let's be very, very honest. Our O-line is atrocious. They are bad. Okay? Sam is he's a rookie. The only game he played, he beat a crappy team at the end of last year, and then he was able to win these 2 games.
Settle down.
And then he won those first 2 games this year. But let's be very, very honest. The Cardinals game and the Broncos game, we trailed in both of those games. Shoot, in the Broncos game, that should have been what happened yesterday because the Broncos, it was 21-3. With like 2 minutes or like 4 minutes left in the first half. So Sam is showing his rookie. He's showing his youth. He can't get it together. But at the same time, this is where we go back to the draft. Why didn't we get more O-linemen? This is when we go back to some of these picks that we made and you ask Ron Rivera, are you really it? And then here's the other part. Janae. How the hell do you give Brian Robinson, the Alabama running back, 10 carries? What are you really? Are you serious right now? You know what, Janae? This is how I feel. This is how feel, Janae.
I don't care.
Don't care. I'm done. I don't even know how to explain this to you, Janae. So I'm just gonna say he's not MVP yet. He's just Sam. He's Sam from North Carolina. His jersey's probably discounted.
Last week he was MVP. This week he's Sam. Wow, my oh my. Is the realization that we can't dub everybody starters going to set into place. But you know what? You're right. It's just one game. But that was a hell of a showing for the one game.
That was it. And look, and it makes you ask, where is it? Ben, he asked this question earlier. Is it too soon to get you a Jacoby Brissett jersey for your birthday? Because he might have to come in just to right the ship. Because we have struggled in these first two games. And yesterday was just, I was an abomination. It was the worst thing that I've seen. But listen, Janae, I got to be honest with you. With the exception of one game that you and I went to on my birthday, you went with your dad, I went with Kat. It was that Raiders game. You remember that? Like
yes,
5-6 years ago? That was the only time Washington has won on my birthday.
And you were so
I think it's a sick joke. I was.
You were very, very happy.
That was it for me. It was amazing for me. I wish I would have known why. Like, oh, God. Here you go. No worries. Y'all ain't the Bears, who are 0-3 so far this season. You'll be fine. True.
Well, we have a tougher road than the Bears.
Yeah.
The NFC East are playing tough teams this year.
Yeah.
Tough teams. I'm sick about losing to the Cardinals because I know we got a hell of a lineup coming up. We needed these W's to offset for the L's. You were also going undefeated last week.
Yeah, we're
Come on. Come on, man. All right, whatever. But you know what? Hopefully next week. Ooh, you got the Eagles. Ooh.
Let's go Bucs.
You got the Eagles. You got the Eagles next week, right? I think, Washington has the Eagles next week.
Okay. It's okay. This is good. We know what happened early last year. We know what happened. We're good. Let's move on, Janae.
We know what happened.
Let's move on. Let's move on because, I see you, Delilah. Look, Delilah, I see you. Yo, we're not the Bears. But there's another team, Janae, that I'm very happy that I'm not. Sorry, Tina. I hate to do this to you, but we're not Broncos either. Miami put up 70 points on Denver, Janae. They're going to the Super Bowl. They're Super Bowl bound. What are we thinking?
Whoa. They're going to the Super Bowl because they did this against Denver?
70 points on any team.
Come on. Just not too long ago, it was so long ago we were talking about, 40 points. It was so long ago we were talking about 40 points being, 70 is outrageous, but we can't.
You were talking 40. I wasn't talking about that.
But you think about it, Sean. That offense is on fire. Tyreek Hill is just unstoppable.
Yes. You guys think Tariq with Tua, they ball out, and they didn't even have Jalen Waddle in that game.
They didn't even have Waddle in the game. They didn't even need him.
No.
But you know what, Sean? I'll talk about the disrespect, though. The disrespect is that you had Russell Wilson in the entire game.
Yeah.
You do no possible way that you can come back, man. That's to me, that's trash.
Well, and that's the thing. So let me ask you this question, because shout out to Nathan Snell. He asked me this earlier. What do we think now? Last year we gave him the benefit of the doubt because he's Russell Wilson. It's like he can have an off year. Hackett wasn't a great coach. But now you got these 3 games. They haven't won a game. Russell has Sean Payton, who's a Super Bowl winning coach, but he ain't getting it done. So is it time to maybe move on from Russ?
I don't know. You're paying him too much money. A, you're paying him way too much money. And then B, he's playing the Dolphins, a lights out freaking team. And the thing is, I think if they were playing a subpar team, they would have been in it. Because the thing is, they were in it. It was a decent game until it just wasn't. And I think after a while, when if you're not playing like they were playing, like every single time we touch the ball, we're going to score kind of game.
Yeah.
And if Denver is not ready for that yet, which I think majority of the teams in the NFL are not ready.
Not ready.
Every time you touch the ball, you're going to score. I just think it was a tough opponent. I'm not ready to call it in on them yet. I think that they should got to give them at least a half a season before they're like, this is it. I just think it's a tough break. You played Miami, they're dynamic. Best offense in the league, and it's not even close. Absolutely. They are just dominating.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, just dominating. It was gross just watching that game. And I feel bad for, the team. But I also, wanted to shout out the fact that Sean Payton, he just didn't take accountability to me. It's everybody else's fault but me. You're the coach. Losing by 70 points falls on you. And you can say whatever you want about Russell Wilson. The defense sucked. The defense sucked.
Terrible.
No chance. There was no defensive help. Russell Wilson is known for being with the Legions of Boom, he needs a defense in order to sustain. That was no defense. That wasn't a Russell Wilson loss. That was a defensive, I'm going to just give up and I don't care what happens loss. So I don't think you can pull the towel on him.
Yeah.
Quote of the year.
Oh, yeah.
It was a decent game.
Nick said, quote of the year.
It was a decent game until it wasn't.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, the rookie running back had over 200. The rookie running back, David A-Chain, had over 200 yards. Yes. Raheem Mostert had over 100, if not, more. Tyreek had 9 catches for over 100. Tua had what? 300 yards and 4 touchdowns?
In the fourth
and they
quarter,
still were scoring.
In the fourth quarter.
Golly day. I you know what? At the end of the day, you have to give them their love. Miami's the best right now on offense. There it is.
Light years. I don't see any offense doing that. I just don't see it.
No, not at all. Not at all. But look, we have got to move on. Oh yeah. Mostert and A-Chain combined for 8 touchdowns.
8 TDs, yes.
Mm-hmm. A-Chain. That was just crazy. That was absolutely crazy. All right, we have got to move on. You guys watch these games, and we're going to dive into it. The scoreboard of this past week. As we knew, let's start on the Thursday night game. Janae, another one of the teams in our division, took an L, which is beautiful. So it wasn't just us. The New York Giants now go 1-2, losing 30-12 to the San Francisco 49ers. Janae, we were live. Or no, you guys were live when it started. Yep. It was 3-3. Yep. It was like, maybe the Giants were going to do something. Nah. Nope.
Didn't last long. They got too many power weapons on the offense. It just was not clicking at all. They didn't beat them like we beat them, but, they did beat them.
Oh, my God. How long are you going to live in week 1, Janae?
As long as I can, baby. As long as I can.
I understand. I get it. Hey, Brock Purdy did his thing. Shout out to him. Debo balled out. I had him on my fantasy team. That was definitely good. Yes. But look, at the end of the day, the Giants didn't have Saquon. Okay, so we know what kind of that thing that is. But they had absolutely no running game. They didn't even they had 11 carries for 29 yards and a touchdown, Janae. They can't run the ball.
Yeah. It was bad. I ain't even going to lie. It was bad.
Yeah, it didn't look good. It didn't look good at all. Moving on to the Sunday games. The first one, you talked about your boy that's no longer in Dallas, Mr. Kellen Moore. And he just continues to put up numbers. He continues to get that Chargers offense going. They beat the Vikings 28-24. And Justin Herbert, Kellen Moore, that's a match made in heaven right there.
Here we go. The Vikings almost pulled it off. The Vikings they gave away the game again. God. Vikings, you let me down, man.
We talked about that one-score game.
You pulled the Dak Prescott. So,
wow.
It is what it is. It is what it is. End of the game, interception. It is what it is.
Wow.
It is what it is. It is.
But shout out to Justin Herbert, 40 of 47, 405 yards, 3 TDs. You got Keenan Allen with 18 receptions for 215 yards. Come on, man. He gets 12 yards of reception. What? Yo, they balled out. But like you said, there was an opportunity. The Vikings had like an interception that they dropped that ended up turning into a touchdown. So Minnesota, man, they get out their own way.
But that's what I'm saying. Kirk Cousins, 367 yards. He had 3 touchdowns, Sean.
Yeah.
Kirk had 3 touchdowns. Vikings lost that game. Y'all know it. They literally gave the Chargers the game. The Chargers, the defense was able to make a stop. They got him back with enough time and still lost the game. They had 2 opportunities.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Sounds like another team that I watched that day. But both games, yeah.
Actually, real quick, I want to go back to this. Delilah was there. They're saying all the ladies called San Francisco to win, and they zoomed in on Danny Dimes' face, and he was just
choking.
He's like, "What is going on?"
Shook it.
That's a great word.
We got to get on to another game that was on, which was the Falcons and the Lions. The Lions were able to shut out Atlanta 20-6. My God, I mean, could you ask for anything better than the Lions just cooking? I mean, and Jared Goff didn't even have to do much. He only scored 1 touchdown and he had an interception. But when you got some dynamic players around you can make it happen. And he did. He definitely made it happen. Sam Laporta, 8 receptions, 84 yards with 1 touchdown. The team did what they needed to do. And it looks like Riddler is not working. It's like exciting. It gives you like a Sam Howell feel. I could try to come back, but it let you down.
Listen, first and foremost, we're not comparing Ritter to Sam Howell. Okay, Sam Howell is far better. Okay, let's start there first.
Far better.
The gap. I want to show you the gap. See how it's stretching? Yeah, far better.
Green Bay.
You see what it is? They got lucky. Green Bay gave up that game. Okay. Yo, but the story of this game, and shout out to, I think that's Katie saying this, the story of this game was that defense. That defense got to Ritter 7 times, sacked this man 7 times, had like 7 QB hits or tackles for loss. That defense is the truth. Brian Branch, the rookie from Alabama, had 11 solo tackles with 3 tackles for loss and 2 passes defended. That's defense for Detroit is showing up. I love that.
That's it. Absolutely. They definitely are showing up. Shout out to Detroit. They winning games, Sean. The Lions fans, they don't have any bags over their heads. They are winning games. They have a defense.
It's a new year. Let's go. Let's go, Detroit.
We got to get to a nail-biter game, Sean. We had the Green Bay Packers versus the Saints, 18-17 in a nail-biter game. I cannot believe Green Bay was able to come back, but they did have an injury, Sean. Derek Carr is out. He was out for the game. He got injured. Do you think that was a factor in the fact that, because Jameis Winston did the best that he could, but it wasn't a Derek Carr field?
No, it wasn't. And look, and the crazy part about it, I got a buddy out here that's from New Orleans, diehard Saints fan, and he said he looked at the score and he saw it was 17-0, and he said, "Oh, this game's over. I'm good." And then all of a sudden he looks at the score at the end. He said, 18-17? What? What is happening? But at the end of the day, the Saints had an opportunity to win the game with a field goal at the end, and they couldn't get it done. So
they were ahead, and the kicker. Oh, I know they were sad about the kicker because he had an opportunity to close it out and just didn't do it, man. But shout out to Green Bay. They were literally going to lose their first home game, and they said it was 10 years consecutive that they won their first home opener, and they were super close to not making it happen. But they are 11 years straight of winning their first home game. Shout out to Green Bay. Cannot believe it. You shocked the world, but you did it.
It's week 3. It's week 3. We'll see what if there's any love for Jordan a little bit later in the season. But hey, he got it done. He got it done.
All right. An unexpected expected an unexpected blowout, which I did not expect, Sean. I don't know if you expected it, but it looks like the Texans were able to dominate over the Jacksonville Jaguars 37-17. CJ Stroud, 280 yards with 2 touchdowns. The man said, not up in here. I'm going to come into your house and I'm going to take your candy and I'm going to leave.
I love that. Good. I love that because, look, I'm not going to lie. A lot of people were talking at the beginning of the season, the first preseason game, CJ Stroud's not the answer. Get him out of there. He's got the talent. He was a number 1 overall pick for a reason. The guy's mobile. He can throw the ball around. But you know what? You got to shout out the rest of that team. Tank Dell getting $149 in the air and a touch, receiving for $149. I mean, that defense was showing up, man. 72 total tackles all around. Like, they were all around the ball, balling, doing big things, getting it.
Absolutely.
Interception. You know what I mean? So shout out to Houston, man. My question to you, Janae, as you look on the other side to this, a lot of us included, had Jacksonville very high up there.
Absolutely.
What in the world?
I am shocked. I'm absolutely shocked. I did not expect this. I did not expect that the Jacksonville Jaguars was going to come out like this. I mean, it just shocks me. But I also shout out to the Texans, man. They doing it. They had a great game. I'm not going to take nothing for them, but that's crazy.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And I mean, if you look at the numbers, Trevor Lawrence had almost 300 yards in the air, 1 touchdown. ETN had almost 100 yards on the ground. These guys were moving the ball. You got those interceptions. You got fumbles. You got things that are prohibiting them from being able to succeed. And this is a divisional game. You know what I mean? And as you said, some divisional games are blowouts, like what's going to happen to Dallas when they play Washington this year.
You know what? If God decides to come back, then I will, okay? But only when God decides to come back. But you know what? We talked about this game, which was a blowout. I mean, Miami 70, the Broncos 20. I mean,
there it is.
There it is. I mean,
you can't. What can you say? Just go to next. I'm not going to do that to the Broncos anymore. I'm not.
We're done harping on the Broncos, but we will talk about another blowout, which was crazy. 27 Cleveland to Tennessee Titans 3.
Right.
What was that?
I mean, no Nick Chubb, and still the Titans get stomped like that? Ooh, maybe the Titans are who we thought they were. You know,
it did not look good. It did not look good at all, bro. It did not look good. I can't even justify them. It just looked really, really, really bad. Ryan Tannehill, no touchdowns, 104 yards in the whole entire game. Derrick Henry, 11 carries, 20 yards.
What?
Wow. Wow. I mean, the defense, Brown's defense are really good.
People really need to stop sleeping on that defense. We know how dominant Myles Garrett is and how balling out, but they had 5 sacks. You know what I mean? They had 9 tackles for losses. This Browns defense is what's sustaining this team. And you know what, Janae? Obviously, we don't condone his off-the-field actions, but as far as on the field, we got to show Deshaun Watson some love, man. Another game of almost 300 yards.
Back in the groove.
Right.
Getting back in the groove.
He's getting it done. And on the field, as a player, he can do it. Now, what he does after and how he relaxes and massages, well, that's on him. But on the field, watch out. Watch
out. There is another game that we're going to go ahead and skip.
Wait. Real quick, check this out. We got an early to Zach make me crazy. Oh, Jerome Ford's performance yesterday. Is this the end of Chubb in Cleveland?
Oh, they be saving some money. Definitely saving some money. I like that. That's a good Does That Make Me Crazy? Love it.
Wow.
Love it. I don't think
I see you. No, not at all. I love that.
Sean, we got to skip a game. We do have to skip a game because we already talked about your losing Bills versus the Washington
You know what?
37 to
Hold up.
37. 37 to 3.
You know, you're getting a little bit too much joy out of this. All right.
37. Ooh, looks like Latavius Murray just ran all over y'all. Ooh.
Janae. We gave up 9 sacks, Janae. 9 sacks, Janae. We gave up 9 sacks and 4 interceptions, Janae. Can we move on, please?
All right, that's their game. Absolutely. All right, another nail biter, Sean, which I thought was crazy. I definitely think that me and you both were leaning a certain way, but it looks like the Baltimore Ravens came to a loss against the Indianapolis Colts.
What? I'm glad I didn't bet on this one because I certainly would not have bet the way that this went.
Man.
I can't explain this one at all.
Lamar had no
Anthony
touchdowns.
Richardson didn't even play. None.
No touchdowns.
What?
Lamar had no touchdowns. No throwing touchdowns. He had rushing touchdowns, but no throwing touchdowns.
Yeah, he had over 100 on the ground. We know that, but I mean, come on. I mean, I won't go say it, but he was that.
Didn't we talk about that being the problem?
Yeah.
He can't be the running back only. He's got to be
right.
the quarterback and the running back.
Right.
It's too much on one team, and I think that the Colts, they were able to pull it off in overtime, and stings, but they got it.
This one's going to hurt the Ravens later on in the year. I mean, shout out to Gardner Minshew, who's a pro in this league. He can get it done. He showed he was over 220 yards and a touchdown. But shout out to Zach Moss, the ex-Buffalo Bill, coming out 30 carries, over 120 on the ground. The Colts had a game plan. Run the ball, limit the mistakes, and just get the ball, keep the other offense off the field. That's interesting. That seems to be a game plan that works against a good team. Maybe Ron and EB, y'all should listen to them. Frippin' 4 interceptions because you're throwing the ball 800 times a game. Can we run the ball? Sorry about that.
But you digress.
Thank you. Just need to get that one out there. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, man. Sean, there was another game that was played, and it was also played in New York. It looks like the Patriots were able to win against the Jets 15-10.
Who coaches the Patriots again?
Bill Belichick.
Oh, so he won another game. Interesting. Okay. Playoffs. Can we say playoffs anytime soon? Because I see it coming.
We can't.
I see it coming.
We can't.
I see it coming.
I think you should settle down. I think you should settle down off of Mac Jones.
I think we see playoffs.
Let's go. Settle down off of his one touchdown. But it's okay. They were able to pull it off against the Jets. The Jets looked like they were going to try to come back and try to do this thing. Zach Wilson seemed like he was in it. The defense looked like they were playing. But
it's just taking too long. Yeah, Zach. He's not doing enough. You got all of these running backs here: Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook, but both of them got 18 yards apiece. You spend all this money, you get these guys in here, you got to get it done. Like, this is not working.
Absolutely.
And it's a shame to see the Jets this bad because we all thought if they had Aaron Rodgers, well, then playoffs. But now it's like maybe not even with Aaron Rodgers.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know what. I don't know. Jesus would have to suit up and get out there on the court to make this team good. He would have to. Man. But there's another team, Sean. We got to get on to another game. A team where I thought could possibly keep up with this other team, but it looks like they're going to go 0-3, 27 Carolina Panthers to 37. The Seattle Seahawks were able to just
And another game where the winning team runs the ball. Runs the ball. Kenneth Walker, 2 TDs. Why does everybody else in the league? Why does everybody else in the league know how to run the ball but us?
I'm sorry, Sean. Crip walked on them. But the defense, Sean, the defense did a great job in the game. The defense did a great job.
And see, that's something I think a lot of people are overlooking is that Seattle defense can come to play. And when they do, they can back up Geno. Geno had almost 300 yards in the air. So if that defense can sit here and give him more drives, this is great. That's what they want. But I think the question also with this is Seattle, we saw how good they made the playoffs last year. So we saw they got some pieces and they're, maybe one or two pieces away from really being a solid contender. But if you look at the other side, Carolina gets that pick, that number one pick. And it's like, Bryce, obviously we know Bryce Young is out. So Andy Dalton, I know you're familiar with Andy Dalton. He came in here with over 350 yards and 2 TDs. And it's great. They had a little bit of an offense, but no run game and just nothing. It was a struggle.
Miles Sanders had 9 carries, 24 yards with a touchdown. 24 yards. That is not going to help anybody's offense.
It's not winning football.
Ooh.
I think they had under 50 as a team. Good.
Oh, yeah. Yes. We got to get to it. We got to get to the game that had celebrities showing up.
The
audience go crazy.
Wow.
It looks like the Kansas City Chiefs were able to beat down, per se. I don't even know what you could say. Slaughter the Chicago Bears. Oh, man, it looks like 41-10 as Sean was sitting there in Chicago.
Yeah.
He was mourning his team. He was also mourning Chicago, taking a huge lump.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Oh, yes. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, the Cubs made the playoffs. So the baseball team is doing pretty decent this year. So they still have that. They definitely still have that. But the other thing I'll say, Janae, is one of the things that Chicago is known for is being a socially, they love to drink. They love their beers, their alcohol, and everything. Chicago was drunk yesterday because with the Cubs winning, and then this game, I mean, the score doesn't do it justice. This game was over by the first quarter. At halftime, it was something like 34-0. Justin Fields looked atrocious in this game. The line was bad. The receivers looked like they were jogging in their routes. This thing has imploded in Chicago. And this, I'm sorry to say, Delilah and Nick, is why I said last week, y'all are done. I hate it, but let's go for that number one pick and let's move on to 2024. I'm sorry.
Wow.
It was ugly.
It's like that.
Ugly. It was ugly.
It was ugly, but I think there was a little bit of inspiration because, sitting up in the stands, they had Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah.
Yelling and rooting for her alleged boo.
Boo, baby.
But it looked like they were sitting next to the mom, and as me and Sean were noticing, she didn't look too happy with Taylor.
No.
There was some glimpses, but I don't think that's his first choice for his girl, his boy. So,
they didn't seem too chummy.
Hey, whatever brings you luck in the house, they look good. It looked like they were coming back from the Kansas City Chiefs when we were a little worried about what was going to happen. Hey, can't beat it. 272 yards in the air, 3 touchdowns. Patty Mahomes was on fire. Man, Pacheco got some. Edwards-Helaire got some. It's just, Kelsey got some. It's just, I think they did their thing. I think they should feel good. We could get on this other game, but we already talked about it as well. The Cowboys lose, and you heard it right. The Cowboys did lose. 28-16, Cardinals won. It
was beautiful.
We did dive into it earlier.
Yeah, and matter of fact, we had some LTF people there. Let's bring that one back up. You see David and Ash on the bottom.
Shout out to David Ash, man. Sticking to them like troops, man. That's what I'm talking about. You got to do what you got to do for your team. We will come back. We will reign again. We will reign again.
I don't know about all that. But look, let's go ahead and keep this thing moving to another one of our favorite segments, one we brought up last year, Like It or Not, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. And Janae, let's dive into this one because like we talked about, Miami, 70 points. This hasn't happened since I want to say like the 40s or something like that. Let me know, it was 66.
That's happened four times in
1966.
football history. 4 times in football history.
All time.
And football has been together like 100 years. Yeah. All
So
of football.
It's rough. So the question gets asked, in Little League, the teams call, the skunk or after 21 points, they end the game.
Yeah.
Miami scored 70. Janae, should they have called the game at like 55?
Oh, I'm a firm believer of playing to the last minutes, but there comes a time where there's just, that's not a winnable game. And I can't even fault the Dolphins because they did put in their backup, and their backups still dominated. At a certain point, it should no longer be televised. Who's ever there to witness the massacre should see it and then fade off, but don't let anybody else outside the building watch it because it's a waste of time. And they had Russell Wilson playing the entire game.
Right.
Man.
Yeah. I don't like it, man.
Show it on TV. I don't like it either.
You can't. Yeah, you can't. This running up the score. Look, at one side, everybody's going to say they still get paid. Let them play.
Yeah.
If you don't want them to run up the score, stop them. But obviously, their defense had no answer for any member of the Miami Dolphins.
When you're up by 30 plus, it's about a done deal. Like you don't no longer need to pummel them down and beat them down so they can't breathe anymore. And if you,
shout out to Ab.
If you don't want the team to score that much, stop them. I know.
There it is.
It is. It just sucks that you got to watch that massacre. Like literally, it's watching a massacre.
Yeah, people were telling me left and right. They were saying 70. Did you see 70? Miami put up 70. I was like, man, what Madden game are you playing? Like that didn't really happen.
That's what I'm saying. College, like what is this? Man.
Look. Do you see Miami's coach ended up in the stands during the second half coaching? Yeah, that's embarrassing.
Yeah,
that's embarrassing.
It was sad. It was sad. It was sad.
It was. It absolutely was.
You got people getting paid for incentives and that kind of stuff. You got to let them play. I know.
Mm-hmm. How many people made their money yesterday? Come on.
If a team score drops 70 points on my head, I'm enduring like I'm getting a check. Yeah, you're right. Oh, getting paid back. I thought you said
pay back.
Back. Yeah. Big time.
If anything,
embarrassing. Nathan.
Yeah. If anything, they shouldn't have gotten a paycheck.
That was just.
How do you show your face? I mean, not just this. I mean, you have to go to the week before when they were up 21-3, but last week's MVP came back on them.
Did we have to even mention
broke it down. I'm just saying he broke it down 21-3. So maybe they were just crushed from that loss, and we just demoralized.
I don't think they were thinking about it.
I think that's what happened.
About you guys.
No,
I don't think they were thinking about you guys. I think that the Dolphins just pummeled rest on it. I hope not, Kate.
Yeah.
I hope not. That was a defense loss too. 70 points.
Yes.
Russ didn't do that. Russ couldn't do that. 70 points. No. My God, that's a defensive loss. Oh, makes me sick.
Too rough. I'd call out of work for a week. Yeah. I'd go in hiding. I'd go in witness protection. All right. 100%. Right. Yo, but let's move on down the list because somebody that's super close to me is trying to get back. He's trying to get a job. He's trying to get a job in the NFL. Shout out to Carson Wentz. He reached out to the Jets, trying to be one of their quarterbacks. He figured, you guys got Zach Wilson. I'm at least on par with him. I can do a little bit something for you. So, do you like this or not, Janae?
I mean, I cannot not like it because you know what I'm saying. Everybody needs a check, and they're in a position right now where I wouldn't be choosy. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be choosy at all because I just don't think that Zach Wilson has it. I don't think that he can do it. We've seen Carson Wentz. We've seen what he can do. We've never seen that from Zach Wilson. We've never seen him dominate like that in the NFL. Carson Wentz definitely has dominated. He has not done it lately. I'm sorry, Washington, and I'm sorry for everybody else. But thank you, Nathan. Thank you. But yeah, I feel that he should definitely reach out. Why not?
Yeah.
If I was anybody who's available right now, I'd be reaching out. If I was Kaepernick, I'd be reaching out. Shoot,
Right.
everybody needs
Right.
a job, and I think that eventually the Jets will bite.
Yeah.
Probably two more games. 2 more games.
And here, I love this because I think Wentz is a step up from Wilson. However, so this is two-headed for me because for the Jets, I don't like this because I've seen Carson Wentz up close and personal, and I kind of like you. We know what Carson Wentz is. Zach Wilson, maybe there's still something out there that he could do to surprise us. I don't know. I kind of think we've seen everything we're going to see out of him, but I love this for Carson Wentz because I love this for Carson Wentz because he's not giving up on his career. Because after what he showed in Washington, I thought he was pretty much done. So hopefully he can get out there, get back in green, baby.
We'll see. We will see.
We'll see. Exactly. Yo, let's move on down the list and something that I know Janae is excited about. An article she read calls that 3 quarterbacks need to be benched thus far in the season. Desmond Ridder, Sam Howell, which is not going to happen, and Zach Wilson. Janae, do you like this or not?
I don't like it necessarily because it is week 3. I mean, I really feel like we're talking about, at least 2 of these quarterbacks who are fresh with the team, learning, getting acclimated. I think it's going to take time. I don't even think 3 weeks is enough time to really tell what somebody can do. Now, Zach Wilson, I do think that he should be, if they can find somebody at least decent, get them trained up, I think that they should definitely find something else. But, I don't get paid to do that. Maybe they have some vision they have Zach Wilson do. But I do think that we got to give Desmond Ridder some time and Sam Howell some time. It was rough. Their last 2 weeks, even Sam Howell, he's been winning, but me and Sean been joking. He's literally been struggling to get those wins back. Like something kicks in the fourth quarter. Some of these teams, as we're talking about the top tier teams that are scoring, Kansas City, the San Francisco 49ers, the Eagles, some of these teams are not going to allow you to come back in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Some people kick in the gear as well. They're kicking gear first, second, third, fourth quarter. I just don't think that I just don't think that it's time to pull the trigger yet. Yeah. But Sean, I mean, I got to be honest. If Sam Howell has too many more of these games, I mean, we're talking about where he's at least throwing a couple picks a game. He's getting injured, and you're right. The offensive line is horrible. It's hard to even watch him go through it. But we also got to realize that some of the stuff he's been putting himself in the position. Because I know eventually you're going to have to feel like you got to overcompensate. I got to run the ball. I got to make sure I do this. I got to do this. Sometimes it gets too much pressure. And I think that this past weekend, Sam Howell felt like he had to do stuff. Like even when he was thinking he was going to run and then, I got this throw play. No, and it didn't work. It's like, the same thing with Ridder. I just feel like they're so young. Give them time.
Yeah,
but,
I agree. I know. I completely agree. I think Nathan said it best. I think with Desmond and Sam, I don't think we should bench them right away. And I know people want to do that, but with Sam Howell, you can't. In the last 3 years, this is our fourth quarterback because we had Fitz, he didn't last. We had Taylor, Carson, and now Sam. You can't keep doing that. It can't be a revolving door. I said Taylor. I said him, okay? But we've had a revolving door of quarterbacks. No, you can't keep switching quarterbacks and saying, is this one? You got to let somebody going through those growing pains. And I think Desmond showing he's 2-1. Nobody expected Atlanta to be decent this year, and he's 2-1 doing something. So those two, I say, stick with it. Zach Wilson, I mean, it is week 3, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. But nothing that Zach Wilson has showed me has said he's my main guy. I've heard backup, but nothing has been he's my main guy. So I don't like this. I don't like this personally.
Yeah, I don't think that should happen. I honestly don't think that should happen. I know, but I just don't think that should happen. We got to hold fast. Remember, we gotta let quarterbacks get acclimated to a team. Come on, it's not even fair.
Right. Alex said, anyone else hearing these guys talk about how and have it remind them of Tim Tebow?
Ooh.
Alex, buddy, you know Howell's arm is so much better than Tim's, okay? But if you want a guy that they're going to believe in, I guess I can see it. I mean, but Sam's got, man. Well, I said he had poise and moxie and all those things before this game, so I don't know what he's got right now. Yo,
we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Rough. I don't even want. You know what? Let's move on from this. I don't want to talk about Sam anymore. My guy. And one more, Janae, we have on here for Like It or Not. We talked about the Bears-Chiefs game, but everybody was focusing on the booth. They wanted to see Taylor Swift. Went to the Chiefs-Bears games as a guest of Travis Kelce. Do you like this or not?
I mean, hey, whatever floats your boat, man. Whatever floats your boat. I mean, if your girl coming to the stadium is gonna pump you up and you're gonna get some W's and you're gonna win like that, I'd have her at every game. But shout out to Taylor Swift. She didn't got the Travis Kelce. He done changed up his beard now.
Yeah.
You see that? Got, the beard going. He got the little, the Aaron Rodgers stash going on. I don't really know if I like it, but whatever floats your boat, man. Shout out to Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. It looks like the rumors may be true that they are dating, but I don't have a problem with it. I mean, all the celebrities have or all the players have celebrity people that they know to come to the game, support them, whatever. But shout out to them.
But how many of them sit in the booth next to the player's mother? Ooh,
it was a distraction. It was a distraction.
Yeah, and I mean,
let's something happen on the field. They pan up to them, and
right?
They're just in the field.
And one thing really got to me when they showed the touchdown that Kelce had. Right, you see Taylor just jump up and woo and all this stuff, and then you see Kelce's mom just like we've been here before, and that moment right there where you could read Kelce's mom's face. She was like, get this chick out of here. Like, why are you up here right now?
Look, she's not ready to have no more daughter-in-laws yet, but you know what? Shout out to him. But I did think it was kind of weird they just kept panning over to Taylor Swift. I mean, yeah, she's at the game, but she's not a player. We don't need to see her every 5 seconds. But yeah, like you said, Kate, I'm here for it. Whatever makes you happy, bring your boo to the game. Whatever.
Listen, as long as this works for Kelce, who's on my fantasy team, good. The minute you start falling off, get her out of here. I'm just saying. That's it. Yo, we have to move on. Yo, shout out to Alex. Alex said, I'm not saying these two are comparable necessarily, but the whole thing about him turning on the fourth quarter after trying to give the game away for 3 quarters, very reminiscent of Tebow. I got to say, that's a great point. That is a great point.
Alex, you hitting on something there. Come on, Alex.
You hit it right on the head, man. Right on the head. Look, we have got to move on. You know what this is. This is the time when everybody checks our sanity, ladies and gentlemen, because we normally throw out some things that are a little, well, I think there's only one way to say
that make me crazy.
Does that make me crazy, man? This is the segment where me and Sean get to show how mental are we, because we got some ideas that you may not agree with, but at the end of the day, if it's true to our heart, you can't tell us no different, baby. Sean, what is your does that make me crazy?
Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta show love to these Dolphins. Shout out to Bobby Wills doing his thing, always shouting out the Dolphins on the Let's Talk Football page. I mean, the way that they've been playing these last couple weeks, putting up major numbers, Tua being healthy. Now he knows how to fall. You know what I mean? Now he's a little bulkier. These guys are they're too much right now. And I think they're going to keep this thing going. And I think they're going to take it all the way to the AFC Championship game. Does that make me crazy?
That make me crazy.
Wow, Sean, I do not think you're crazy on that one. That's the only team I see that could take it to Kansas City. And yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely feels like it could be Miami's year to get that far, man. It definitely feels that way, man. This could be it. All right, Sean, I like that one. Oh, man, does that make me crazy that I feel like we can go ahead and pretty much count these next 3 teams out? We have seen what they have done. It's only been 3 weeks, but is it crazy for me to go ahead and say we could go ahead and stick a fork in the Broncos? We could go ahead and stick a fork in the Jets. And the last but not least, coming in tight against these 3, the Chicago Bears. Can we go ahead and say that all 3 of these teams are null and void in the playoffs? Does that make me crazy?
That make me crazy.
Whew.
No, Janae. No, that does not make you crazy at all. And
It's
in
just
fact,
week 3. It's just week 3.
But you know what, Janae? We're gonna go ahead and give these guys a free, all expense paid trip to a certain list that will be coming up next week. It will be coming up next week. So stay tuned for that, ladies and gentlemen. I love that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know how we do. We give you a nice little softball, and then we swing for the fences. You know, sometimes in life you struggle. Sometimes you feel real good about yourself, but see, God has to bring you back because he wants you to know that you have to struggle to get to the place he wants to take you. Washington, we struggled the first week, the second week, but we found a way to get it done. And we felt pretty good about ourselves. Certain fans, I don't want to name names, but certain fans said Sam Howell might be MVP. Ladies and gentlemen, does that make me crazy, though? That even though we only put up 3 points, the Washington Commanders will get to the second round of the playoffs.
That makes me crazy.
You see, Sean, I didn't think that Cat would let you drink before the show. But yeah, they can go ahead and get your straight jacket right now.
Let's go.
Get your straight jacket.
Let's go.
All right, Sean, since we swinging for
we swinging.
You know, there's a team that it's been pretty high on everybody's list. They've been doing well. They've had dynamic wide receivers, quarterback just on the money. This team looked like they were continuing to go right back to where they were last year, competing. The Cincinnati Bengals, guys, I'm willing to go ahead and say it. I'm going to be the first to say it, that the Cincinnati Bengals will not make the playoffs. Does that make me crazy?
That make me crazy.
I said it.
What?
I'm so sorry.
Not make the playoffs?
I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I think because once the Chargers kick it in gear, I think the Chargers will be something to talk about. And then
wow.
We got to look at it. The Steelers, the Ravens, the Browns, the Bengals. I think the Steelers, they may be getting their groove. The Ravens.
You saw that defense.
The Browns.
Yes.
And now we're looking at a Burrow who's probably not going to get pumped started until maybe week 6 or 7. By that time, I think the Ravens and the Browns will be too far ahead. So
wow. So you're saying they're not going to make it to the
playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
That's it. Took the words right out of my mouth.
That's it. You said it, and I'm. You know what? I don't even think that's too crazy. I'm sorry for Burrow fans, but if they don't have him, watch out.
Smoky smooth, Kate. Sorry about the smoky smooth.
Come on now. But look, ladies and gentlemen, we are almost at the end of the show. We appreciate all of you being here in the comments watching. For those of you that are kind of going back and forth between us and the games, the Philly-Tampa Bay game is 13-3 Philly right now at the half, and the Rams and the Bengals game is 3-0 Rams with about 4 minutes 22 seconds left in the first quarter. So the games are on. Yeah, definitely stay tuned to that
because pretty close games.
I'm excited to see what happens towards the end of that, man. But look, we got to go to the longest running segment on Let's Talk Football. For those of you that don't know, it's the Down and Dirty, baby.
The Down and Dirty, man. This is the best part of the show because when we end this show, we like to end on positivity, love, and we hope that you receive whatever we have to say in love because at the end of the day, that's all we want to promote on Let's Talk Football is love, unity, and the great talk of football, man. Sean, what is your down and dirty birthday, boy?
Ladies and gentlemen, your boy will be 40 years old tomorrow. And I'm going to share a little story with y'all. They said my mom went into labor at 11 a.m. Took her to the hospital, 11 a.m. in labor. And they said, wasn't coming out. Sean wasn't coming out. He was just staying in. I'm connected to my mama close. I wanted to stay close. And I didn't come out, Janae, until 9:05 p.m. Janae, you know what day that was? It was a Monday.
What day was that? All right,
it was a Monday. And you know what happens on Monday at 9 o'clock? Monday night football. So I waited until Monday night football came on. I said, oh, wait, the game's on? Here comes Sean. Let's get it. Let's get it. But look, I want all of y'all to know I thoroughly appreciate all of the birthday love that has been given me thus far and that will be given again tomorrow. This trip to Chicago has absolutely been great. I've had a great time, got to see so many close people that I really, really love and adore. And honestly, I'm going to be very honest. It doesn't pass me by that I'm a black man that will be 40 years old in America. Now, mind you, I ain't lived through a lot of stuff, 60s and 70s, but if we can go from the 80s on, things still are the way. They still are a certain way in certain situations. It doesn't pass by me. I don't miss that. I understand it and I see it and I love it because in life, nothing is given. But in certain communities, whether we like to agree with it or not, there's a little higher chance for some of us to maybe get taken out or some this and that. So the fact that I am able to be here, all my limbs, my eyes, my back, we'll see. But everything else is good to go. I have friends. I have people like this girl right here. Come on now. Like that to me means the absolute world to me. It does because all of you, Janae, the crew of the roundtable, Alex, Johnny, all of you that come out here and do this Let's Talk Football thing with us or collaborate with us on your shows or to watch us, whatever, that means so much to me. And I don't take any of these days for granted. And I just want y'all to know, man, this is what I want to do. This is what I wanted to do on my birthday. This is what I want to do every day of my life. And if that means I can talk to all of you every day of my life, then consider me the luckiest man in the world. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. Happy birthday to me. I'm still here. And after the show, we're going to get it in. Yes, sir.
We going to get it in, man. Shout out to Sean. We need to see y'all type in happy birthday to my boy Sean, man. This show is all about him, man. You are exactly what I wanted to talk about. The epitome of a person that you should strive to want to be like. You should want to be like this guy. And that's what I wanted to use my down and dirty for today is to talk about this wonderful, dynamic human being. This guy will give you the shirt off of his back, even though if he took his shirt off right now, I wouldn't want it. But
here you go. I'll give it to you.
No. We're good right now, my brother. But he is the guy that I just want to shout out on today. Sean, took this idea from being such a small smidget mustard seed faith idea to going to him and saying, I got this idea. Sean was like, I've been thinking about that too. We're coming together, making this show, for him making it as big as it is, for him having the heart that he has. He cares about each and every one of the people that are on. We both do. But, Sean is just like on a whole nother level. He is just so in tune with everybody and everything. And out there, I love sports. Sean loves everything about NFL, college football, freaking basketball, college basketball. He has got this brain to do all of these beautiful things and bring this platform to be something that I could never imagine. Sean, you are a gift, a blessing to so many people. And I don't know if you know it. I know you may sometimes feel it, but you need to know that you are so amazing. You are probably one of literally the top 2 human being I've ever met in my entire life. You are so genuine, just a genuine guy.
That hits right here.
He is an amazing person, and it is an honor for me to share this show with you every week, every season. I don't take it for granted that you are still here. I don't take it for granted that you are a great friend that I can call on. I don't take it for granted that, you are somebody I don't trust too many people with my kid. You are somebody I would trust with my own baby because she loves Uncle Sean and our cat. She loves him. So I just need you to know that, I know you're celebrating your 4th birthday tomorrow, but just know that you have done so much for so many people. I'm excited that you're going to take this time for you tomorrow and tonight to celebrate you. You deserve it. You are worth it. I hope you feel all the flowers tomorrow because you deserve it. And you are the person. If anybody deserves their flowers while they're still breathing and living, it is Sean Spencer. This guy is a true person, just a true person. You're never going to meet somebody like Sean. So enjoy your birthday. My down and dirty should be everybody's down and dirty. Is happy freaking 40th birthday, baby! Let's go! Let's go!
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! But look, listen, it wouldn't be my birthday if I didn't take us to the scriptures. Because the good book says the race is not given to the swift. Oh, no. Nor the battle to the strong, but to those that endure a 37-3 loss. And we're coming for the playoffs, baby. Let's go.
I will let you ride off into glory on that. I will let you in on a high note, Sean. I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take it away. You deserve it. You deserve it. And if I shut my mouth, then that means that it's a great day. It's a great day that I'm going to humble myself and let my man have his shine today. I will let you have your shine.
I love you today.
That is it for this week's show, man. I love you more. That is it for this week's show, man. You already know what time it is. Tune in next Monday, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Same place.
It's going to go down once again. The show is nothing without you. I'm reading these comments. You guys make this freaking show, and we love you guys so much.
Absolutely.
Come back next week. We have week 4 to talk about. We're going to talk about these games that are being played tonight. Let's see what happens, Sean. Let's see if you get a birthday gift. We'll count next week and week 4 as your birthday, too. Let's see if you get a birthday gift against those Eagles.
All I know is I will get a birthday gift on I think it's the 23rd of November. And the last game of the season, I know I'm gonna get my extended birthday then. So
we're gonna go ahead and take it out. We're gonna go ahead and take it out right now. We're gonna take it out. I am Janae Strother.
I am Sean Spencer.
And this is Let's Talk Football. We'll see y'all next week, baby. 7:30. Can't wait. It's going down, baby.
Let's go.
Let's go.
4-0. You see it. Let's get it. Let's go.